Hello there, ICS3C folks. This video is going to show you, hopefully, as long as I'm successful and don't get stuck somewhere, um, how we're going to write some JavaScript of outside of Code Academy. So in Code Academy, they have that nice little screen there. You can see the results of your output, and it's all good. Except for the thing is, that not all JavaScript gets written in Code Academy, right? We need to be able to do this some other how, and I'm going to show you actually three ways. The first way is actually my favorite way, and it's a website. There are a few websites like this. It's called JSBin, JavaScript bin.com. If this is the way that you're gonna choose to do your JavaScript, you should probably register and then log in because it'll save everything for you, which is pretty awesome. So um, here, notice that the default screens I see are JavaScript in the console. So for instance, I could go var name equals, and I'm going to do a prompt that says, what's your name? Good spelling, but this is for funsies, so who cares? And then I'm just going to go console.log. Remember, that's kind of like our regular output to the screen. Hello plus name. Got to end it with a semicolon. And notice this is actually the console. And if I run it, it has the pop-up screen. I press OK, and then there's the console, so I can see my program work. Um, One of the problems with JSBin is that if I wanted to save this file, that I'd actually have to copy that and then put it into a different like into Notepad or something like that and save it. It will save it if I'm registered, but that might be a little bit of a hassle. A really cool thing about JSBin is I can see the HTML and the CSS and even the output, which would be the web page itself. It says run with JS, what's your name, and I preferred here. While the console says there, notice there was no output as far as the website's concerned. Well, it's because our JavaScript hasn't hooked up to the output yet. So for the most part, and for all of ICS3C, probably we won't be doing a lot of output to our web pages from JavaScript only to the console. This console.log gives us our output. And so there's the HTML, there's the CSS, not so much CSS, and if I wanted to get rid of those, I just click them off that they're not shown. Same as the output there. And so this is JSBin, which is the first way we could do it. A second way would be a way that's maybe a little more familiar, which is good old Notepad. So in Notepad, you have to have an HTML skeleton, and I'll have posted this on Edmodo so you can try it out. And then you need to make your JavaScript file. So your JavaScript file would be here, and notice this is the exact same thing there. And then if I wanted to see if it worked, I'd do it the same way that I've seen before. Launch in Chrome, and it says there, that's. Oh, hang on, I have to launch. Let me go back there. See, I told you I'd goof this up. I don't want to launch the JavaScript. I want to launch the HTML. So I'm gonna change this to hello world. My hello world JS file is my JavaScript file. This connects to that, and I'm going to save that and then launch that in Chrome. And it doesn't look. Oh, what's your name? For um, and then it doesn't look like anything did it. I don't see the hello Ferd, but this skeleton has a message. Hit F12 to see what your JavaScript did. So I press F12, and this gives a different way to look at the output. And this is the console here. And there's a whole bunch of ways I can look at my web page, but this is the console right there. And so this is a second way I could run my JavaScript using Notepad and Chrome and the skeleton. A third way, which is maybe the most complicated way, is a program called NetBeans, which is installed. I'd have to go File, new project, and then there's a whole bunch of different projects. But we want an HTML application. And next, 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 finish, finish, finish. And there is a way in here that I could, if I wanted to, do the same sort of thing as I did with my Notepad, is to create a JavaScript file that's separate, or I could have my JavaScript. Remember, in this is the HTML, so I could have my script in here in between the script tags. This is HTML, which is what we're used to. We're used to HTML. Script, and then just have my JavaScript file in here. So here's my JavaScript's going to be here. Var equals name, var name equals prompt. What's your name? And then this is my JavaScript, console.log, hello plus name. And then, I could save that. There's the run. Notice that I think you'll get an error if you run the Chrome version right away, because you don't have access to be able to do that. But if you click on the embedded WebKit tool there, make it that little world thing, and then run it, it should, and it's pretty clumsy, but it should be able to do that. Let's see. There's CSS pops up. Let's see. I'm hoping to do right content. That's the title and content of my web page. I don't see where my my prompt screen is, but let's see. This inside thing is my web page. Browser log. Here we go. Browser log. And then it says hello. It doesn't say FERD because I never got a chance to put that prompt in there, and I can't see exactly where that's the start page, exactly where my that prompt would be. Probably in this middle one is the web page somewhere. So this is the huge, complicated, actual real world application way to do this is NetBeans. And by all means, for the things that we want to do, certainly you could do that. There's our program, and you can see how complicated the interface is, but you're welcome to use NetBeans as well. Okay, so your task for today is to try all three, see if you can come up with some advantages and disadvantages of all three techniques, and then you're going to settle on one for your JavaScript that you're going to write away from Code Academy. That's the task for today.